What is up, everybody? I decided to do a live stream as I'm getting ready for Planet Comic Con. So if you're watching, feel free to ask me questions. I'm going to be literally packing up for the show. And I figured this would just be a chance for us to kind of catch up a little bit. And you guys could talk to me about whatever it is you want to talk about. I didn't really promote this, so if you just pop in whenever. What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Um, I will post my information for where I'm going to be. Find Onrie at Planet Comic Con, booth number 2025. I should have done this before, but I didn't. So here, it's there. And I'm going to kind of show you guys how I prepare for shows. What's up, Trish? So what I do is I basically just get all these big stacks of books here. So this is a big stack of Warrior Defender #1. And this is the last final box of that book, and this is half of it right here. So Warrior Defender 1 is about to be out of print, which is pretty crazy. And I basically build out sets here, so that way I can kind of tell how many books I'm going to be bringing with me. And then we got trades here. So I'm going to just set this stuff aside. You guys can reach out to me, and I'll come in and I'll check comments every couple minutes. So Trish, you're packing right now. What are you bringing with you? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what I do. I sit here and I go through and I build out sets. And every time I build out 10 sets, I just set them aside. Every 10 sets is 40 comics. And I sell them off as sets at the shows. 1 through 4 is always going for just $10. And I do this in order to move these books very fast. This has always been what has allowed me to keep the book in print and to move a lot of copies at once, which is what I like doing. I think we all like doing that. We like seeing our comics sell. We don't like seeing them sit and collect dust in warehouses, in seedy warehouses. Let's see who else is in the house. Nope. We got a few people here, though. If you're in the room right now, say hi. This is an AMA. Ask me questions. I will answer them. 2, 3, 4, 5. I've never done this before, but this is like the Eastern Shin room, or my publishing room. So all my published books end up in here. And I am just building out sets, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm getting ready for Planet Comic Con. Then you can go back and rewatch this and be like, wow, this is there's like 1,000 easier ways to do this than how Onrie did it. Why is he working so hard? And like, I don't know. Or why is he working so inefficiently? All right. Let's see who else is in the house right now. Ben, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Love seedy warehouses. That's right. You got a bunch of stuff to get signed and costumes and everything. Awesome. That's really cool. So you got your Yoshi costume and everything. I'm coming as Mr. Clean to this convention. I wonder if anybody's going to do a Quasar cosplay at the convention. Quasar! Do you have a blemish? Use some Quasar! It'll get rid of that blemish right away. If you guys didn't see my live claim sale yesterday, I had an issue of Quasar from Marvel, and I was making a joke about how weird his name is and how I would have never picked that name for a superhero as a superhero. Of course, the creator of Quasar is watching this right now and shaking his fist, and he's like, "I wouldn't tolerate that. I wouldn't call my book you some shit, you charlatan." You know, but sometimes that's what happens. So I've built out 2 stacks so far. We are almost at 2.5. And just kind of like logistically, the way it kind of works is it usually takes me about a day, Friday, to move through like a full stacked line, which is usually about 5 rows. So that's 200 single issue comics. So that's typically what I aim for on a Friday, so that when I go in on the floor on Saturday, I have just 2 stacks left. And if I can keep that flow going consistently, then it's easy for me to secure a sellout. Now, I've done Planet Comic Con since I did it in 2014 for the first time, and then I came back in 2016, and then 2018 and 2017 I was there. 2018 I didn't sell out, but 2019 I came back and I did it, and that was great. And people always ask me like, well, if you're selling out at all these shows, you're clearly not bringing enough. And I understand the idea behind that initially, but the whole point is this: if I sell out on Friday, that's one thing. The way I time my sellouts is I'm making sure that I'm making the maximum use of every single minute of that convention, and I'm factoring in all kinds of different things. So the whole point is, how many books can I actually sell while I'm on the convention floor? I don't want to sell out on a Saturday. That's horrible. Then I just wasted a bunch of time. I want to sell out on Sunday around 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that, right? The closer I can get to the very end of the show, the better, because that means I maximized every single minute of time at the convention. And Indiana Comic-Con was a success for Easton Shin. We sold out of everything, but this was what I was left with for Marks. I have 16 copies that didn't sell out. So these books are actually coming with me to Kansas City. So it wasn't like a complete sell-through. There's always something for me to sell. And plus, I'm a dealer. I always got stuff to sell. But I like to, there's only so much Easton Shin I'm going to be able to sell at a convention, right? There's only so much you can do with the time that you're there. And I've been doing this long enough to the point where I know what I can get, what max I can get out of a show. And it did take some fine-tuning to get to that point. But, what running your business is like. Let's see. Who else is coming? Signal sucks. You're at work. You'll watch later. The formula for the secret sauce. Exactly. The only secret is sweat and blood. Oh, thank you very much, Trish. I appreciate that. I could probably use it. I hope I won't have to pay. I hope it'll be an easy loadout. Everything depends on what I decide to buy out there as well. Because if I can stock up over there for future claim shows, because after this I'm not going to be doing conventions until until end of May for Phoenix Comic Con, which hopefully will be our 100th sellout. That's my hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's Phoenix Fan Fusion, and I got into a whole rant about that yesterday. All right, so we got 4 stacks here already. That's 160 books. 160 books. And I plan on selling every single book here by the end of the show. And of course, it may not happen. I mean, there are times when it doesn't happen at all, where I overestimate, and I could be overestimating now too. You never know. And if it happens, it happens. It's not one of those things where, like, if it doesn't work out, I go home and I cry about it. I look at what happened, and I try and analyze, and I try and think to myself, what went wrong, what could go better at the next show. Next time, bring more Quasar with you to the convention. Maybe it won't smell so bad. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets here. 4 sets away from 200. 1, 2, 3, and number 4. So that is the first stack of books here. First row. 5 stacks. That's equal to 200 comics ready to go. I'll throw them in a box in a little bit. And I need to move all this stuff to my car. I'm not going to take you guys for that. What's up, Phil? No, it's all good. Mike is the coolest. Well, I'm glad that I'm sure Trish feels that way about you anyway, Mike. The secret is love for your books. You just gotta caress them books and just be like, I love those books. Actually, I don't do that with any of my books, especially when I'm sick. I don't slobber all over my books. We don't do that anymore. I had a restraining order, and in order to preserve the books, I had to spray them with Quasar. Available in baby formula too. Mercy. All right, so that's 5. Half of a stack here. Oh man. So have you guys been? All right. Well, here I got something I can talk with you guys about. I just picked up some awesome comics yesterday. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a live stream from my hotel room in Kansas City for the experience, and I just went shopping yesterday. We had a really good show on CBSN. Moved through a lot of comics, and that gave me some buying power. So I went over to my local comic shop, and I stocked up on some really cool books. We're going to be doing a $2 comic run tomorrow, and the best part is all these are relatively new, modern books that are typically going to retail for like anywhere between $3 and $5, and you're getting them all for $1 tomorrow, for $2 tomorrow, which is a heck of a deal. And they're all bagged and boarded. I mean, these are all pretty much books that are unread. And I'm also going to be bringing in some stuff too. I'll post a FOMO pick, and I got some of the stuff I didn't showcase yet from Indianapolis, and I'm going to showcase that tomorrow. And I don't know how things are going to work out because I've never really done a claim sale from my hotel room tomorrow. But we'll go from a seedy warehouse to a seedy hotel room. That should be fun. Maybe we can hear the people next door banging each other. And that's highly inappropriate. And I'm going to get canceled from comics now as a result of that. No, I'm not going to get canceled for that. I'm going to get canceled, not cancer. God forbid that. Not going to would. But canceled from my comments about Quasar. If I honestly from now on, if I'm hunting for something and I come across Quasar books, I'm just grabbing the whole run of Quasar books. That and my other bestseller, Wonder Man, not to be confused with Wonder Woman. Let's check the comments here. No naughty movies in the hotel room. Not until after the show's done, Rob. NSFC. It is not okay. No, I'm planning on watching the Human Centipede afterwards. I want to watch it, and I can't have you guys there because whenever I watch the Human Centipede, I have to watch it naked. Just because like you're not creepy enough if you're not watching Human Centipede naked. It's one thing to watch the movie with your being fully clothed. But watching it naked, that's really what creeps people out. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. Not anymore. Those days are done. Once Rob Owens came into my life, I was like, I'm done with that. That part of my life is over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. You guys aren't asking me any questions. Ask me something. Ask me what I had for breakfast. I didn't have breakfast. Actually, I want to talk to you guys about the Liver King. I've been watching his videos on TikTok. This guy's insane. He believes in this primal culture of living the way we used to eat or living the way we used to live. And he's dude's insanely built, and he eats a lot of meat, and he'll eat raw liver and testicles, bull testicles, which is really gross. And there's actually videos of him biting into a testicle. I talked about this yesterday. It was fucking gross, man. I don't know. I couldn't do that. And he just sits there and he's like, Liver King out. And he's like straight up like Randy Savage. He kind of reminds me of him, but without the without the sunglasses, and he's like, "You want to step in the old excitement? step into it, testicle. Oh yeah, like that's how this guy is. It's crazy. And then there are people who like spoof him. So they had this guy who was like overweight, or just like average, body. He's like sitting there. He goes, because this is what Liver King likes to do. He likes to show you what he's going to eat, what he's like about to eat. And it's always like raw meat is on the table. He's like, we got clean femur here, and you could just scoop the bone marrow right out, and there's still like blood on the bone. I mean, it's just crazy how this guy, he's like a true Viking. He's like a modern day Viking. And there's some other funny videos too. But I mean, he seems like a pretty cool guy overall. I kind of like his demeanor. But it's kind of funny, like just how this guy will literally, and he's proud of the fact that he eats, bull testicles. I mean, I'd be proud too if I had the balls in front of me. I'd eat bull testicles. I couldn't eat a testicle. I just couldn't. Hell no. I ain't eat no testicle. Testicle! Reminds me of that Russell Crowe episode of South Park. You testicle! What's up, Victoria? I love you too. Yes, I did, Garcia. I picked up Hulk yesterday, and I read it. I picked it up at Pete's. I was expecting a bit more out of it. It was a pretty good issue. And here's what I kind of left with. It's the first appearance of the character. The character doesn't do anything significant yet, but this isn't the last time we're going to see the character. The concept of the character is interesting. And it's all directly related to what they're building up with the Starship Hulk, and I think that's really cool. I'm digging that. As far as my other weekly buys, I picked up that Captain America Zero that came out. And I'm interested in checking that out just because I'm a big Captain America fan. And I like what they're doing now by having it be both Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers in the helm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 2 rows. That's 400 single issues we got here now. Boom shakalaka. I want to move through. It's probably going to take me about Friday and hopefully probably about 2 quarters of Saturday to move to this, so that by Sunday I'm left with one last row of books, 200. So that way I have all of Sunday to move those books. And the best thing about these single issues is that they fly off my table all the time. So if you are a self-publisher and you're wondering, should I do graphic novels or should I do single issues? My advice to you would be to do both. Do them all. Do everything. Because the more options you give your customers, and if you have those cheaper options, you're going to get your closing ratio is going to be significantly higher. The majority of the books that I sell at conventions are single issues, and that is where I make my money. I'll tell you right now, straight up, I will make more money off of my single issues this weekend than I will off of my graphic novels. Straight up. And I'm bringing a ton of graphic novels. I got, so we're going to be bringing 40 copies of Warrior and Defender, 40 copies of Fallen Avenger, and 40 copies of Mark. So that's 120 graphic novels, and I intend to sell through all of them. All right. Even after selling through all of that, it's going to still be lower than the amount of single issues I'll move at this show. And again, everything is about how much turnover you're getting. The best thing about single issues is they're affordable, they're cheap, and you can get someone in and out very quickly. And not everybody likes graphic novels. Not everybody wants to haul that stuff around. Whereas 4 single issues, that works. If I can get you to buy all 9 single issues, that's even better. And I take the pressure off with the extended issues. So I'm bringing 600 copies of Warrior and Defender with me, but then I'm also going to be bringing 200 copies of Fallen Avenger and 50 copies of Hunter and Destroyer #1. It's lower and lower because I'm more interested in people walking out with Warrior and Defender on the whole than I am with the later issues. And this kind of allows me to stay in print with that, or that allows me to hold on to those books a little bit longer so that I have them I don't have to go back to press all the time. Like my Warrior and Defender books, they sell out so fast when conventions are going that I have to go back to press pretty quickly. And that's what's kind of exciting about going to Kickstarter right now is I'm really looking to reprint the first and 10th issue of the series. So issue 10 hasn't come out yet. That's what the Kickstarter is really going to kind of, that's what we're really kind of pushing for. So if you've been following Yisun Shin for a while, or you're new to the series because you bought it on one of my claim sales or at a convention or whatever, it's typically the Kickstarter is really aimed for you. But going back to press with that first issue, I'm really excited about it because we made a lot of cool adjustments to it. We added some cool effects. Hey, let me call you back. I'm on a live broadcast. Yeah. All right. All right. This is a buddy of mine. Terry, what's up? Meatballs and gravy. So the single issue that is going to go back to press is Warrior and Defender #1. And then we're going to be doing the Kickstarter for Hunter and Destroyer 2. So I'm down to my last box of this, of the first issue. And then after that, it's out of print. And I'm just going to let you guys know right now, I just got an email last night from a publisher that you guys all know who's very interested in publishing Yisun Shin. We haven't had conversations yet, but it is definitely a direction that I'm interested in moving with the series. So jumping on these single issues right now, this is the time to do it, because when I re-release Warrior Defender 1, we're going to be doing variants. It's going to be, and it might be under a new imprint. We don't know what's going to happen. So, this is, everything is kind of unfolding in an interesting manner right now, and it's an exciting time for me, and I'm very, very blessed to be here. It's taken a long time, I'll tell you that. But it's cool because, I've got a lot of experience now doing it myself, and I think that's really sort of the way that we all kind of need to earn our way in, so to speak, in this business. It's not like nothing's handed to you. You got to earn your way at all times, because this is a very competitive industry, but it's also a very small industry, and in order for it to really be lucrative, you have to really be forward thinking in the way that you're doing things. I interviewed a really awesome creator today. You guys will see him on Friday on Kicking It with Onrie, the live crowdfunding show, which is a pre-recorded episode, by the way. But you guys can leave comments in on the show, and both me and the guest will respond to them. So my guest was Arman Nassim, and he just finished a really cool Kickstarter for a book called Elixir, and he's about to go to Kickstarter again next week for another project that he already has going. This is a young kid, all right? He was like probably the same age he's probably the same age I was when I first started breaking out in comics. And when I look at how far along this kid already is because of all the things that he's already proactively doing, I'm like, wow, this is really great. This is showing like that there's progress in our business, that it's not the same way it was when I was trying to break in. It was a lot different. It was a very different landscape back then. Comics weren't taken as seriously, mainly because of the fact that no one really saw potential in comics the same way they do today. And it seems kind of strange because not a lot of time has passed since, pursuing the field of comics as a career was really taken seriously. I mean, even Stan Lee back in the day, he got laughed out of, different events and stuff once he told people that he did comics. People didn't take him seriously. And, things changed a lot. Well, this guy, Arman, I mean, it was really cool meeting him. He was just he had a lot of energy. He had a lot of ambition. He really reminded me of myself when I was first starting out. The only difference is he had his shit together. It's like he was already doing a lot of the things that I was thinking about and doing, and just never things I wasn't even thinking about. The fact that he has this really great mindset of getting on Kickstarter and doing rapid fulfillment. That's great. That's how that's an excellent way to build your business, especially if you can't get out to conventions often. And this is what's kind of taken me a long time with with everything too is I want to make sure everything's done before I hit that launch button. And this kid's just like out there doing it. He's ready. He's got a great fighting spirit, and we all need that in this business. That's what fuels ingenuity. And seeing such a young kid go after this is really just a huge inspiration to me. Really, really good kid. Check the comments real quick. Yeah, it was much different back then, right? You meet Stan Lee in the 90s versus meeting Stan Lee in 2010 or 2012. Very different. It's a very different time. You probably could have just walked up to Stan at a convention and just sat down and talked to him. I mean, even Neil Adams, he used to draw sketches for fans that were free at shows, and he would do this consistently at conventions. And there would be lines wrapped around hotel blocks, for people waiting to get a commission from Neil Adams. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we got this stack left. This is what we have here, plus half of a box. Actually, I want to say more of like 3/4 of a box. So this is good. This will probably last me another. I'll just pick it up for you guys so you can kind of see. This will probably last me another convention or two. We'll see. But this is all I have left of the original printing of Warrior and Defender. You guys can buy those books up on my claim sales. I'm not doing sales right now. This is just an AMA. I can't really drop what I'm doing right now. I got to get this stuff taken care of in a relatively short period of time because I have other things to do today before I head out tomorrow morning for my 8-hour journey to Kansas City for Planet Comic-Con. So that is 600 copies of Warrior and Defender. So now what is in these boxes right here? In these boxes here we have Warrior and Defender and Fallen Avenger graphic novels. So what I'm going to do is I'm always going to crack open these books and I'm going to just kind of look them over for defects and make sure that they're okay, that they're ready to go, and just kind of line them up so that I know exactly what I'm looking at. And it feels good too. It's like when I see everything laid out in front of me and I know what I'm up against when I go into these conventions, and really what I'm up against is myself, right? We're all up against ourselves in the sense that we want to compete with what we were able to do before. So how am I competing with myself this time? Well, before the last time I did this show, I only brought 60 graphic novels with me. And this was back in 2019. This year I'm going to bring 80 or 120 graphic novels with me. So that's a bigger load. I'm also going to have some collectibles with me too, because I've learned that it's just extra money and I don't have to really work as hard to sell it. If I have like a couple of my grails displayed, people will just come up and pick them up anyway. Now I can't go full out dealer, and that's mainly because I'm just working myself. The booth, I'm not fully staffed, and I'm not in a position to fully staff right now, and that's okay. I mean, I'll get there when I get there. But I just kind of focus on doing it the way that it works for me right now. And my convention booth displays are going through an ever evolving. They're always changing. It's kind of like Iron Man's armor. It's like you're always changing and adapting and doing other things. Because now I'm going to be pretty soon, once I eventually get it out there, I'm going to be selling Warline. And when I sell Warline, I'm going to want to obviously put some focus on it. It's a new project for me, and I'm very excited about it. And I wanted to be displayed loudly and proudly at the show. So these books all look good. And really what I'm kind of looking for is like cover smear stuff, something that really, kind of tells me that, hey, there's something wrong with these books. But all these books are in really good shape. They've been sitting in my warehouse for way too long, and they're eager to find a new home. And this is the best thing about the trade too. The trade is going to pretty soon go back to press soon. And the best thing about our trade this thing always sells out first. The first Warrior Defender trade is always the first item to sell out at a convention because everybody's always drawn to the fact that Stan Lee wrote the forward to it. And I had this terrible realization that the day is going to come when people don't know who Stan Lee is. But that is not going to happen anytime soon. I probably won't live to see that. None of us will. Just because he's had such a significant impact on things. Bob Kane, though, that's a different story. We already live in a world where no one knows who the heck Bob Kane is. He's the guy who got slapped in the face by Jim Steranko at a convention. So you can see here we got 40 copies of Warrior and Defender, the first hardcover trade. I'm going to go take this box, move it out of the way here. And we're going to get back to this. Let's check the comments. You should come out to Kansas City, dude. I'm prepping my shin. That's a great question. So how do I determine how many books to bring to a convention? Typically speaking, I like to think of it as, on average, I want to be able to move at least 200 copies of Warrior and Defender per day at a convention. So if I'm doing a 3-day show, I'm going to bring 600 copies of Warrior and Defender, 200 a day. Now, there's times when I've done shows like Awesome Con and Dragon Con where I've managed to sell over 500 copies of the book in a single day, which is really, really cool. And in that case, I may be left with something else. Like maybe by Sunday, I just focus on marks because I just have an abundance of marks. And usually that's what ends up happening is I end up with like 25 copies of marks because people's attention spans are so short at these conventions that they're just, as soon as they're at my table, they're already kind of moving on because I'm not an attraction at these shows. You know, people come there to see way more interesting things than me. So when I come to these shows, I kind of realize that, hey, you know, I have so much time to hook one person, and I don't want to oversell. You know, that's a dangerous thing. You can lose sales that way. You can kill a deal. It's very easy. If I get you to buy Warrior and Defender, the single issues, I obviously want you to upgrade to a graphic novel. If I want you to upgrade to the graphic novel, then I obviously want you to pick up the second graphic novel. I want you to walk out of there with everything, right? But you only got so much money, and I only got so much time, and you know, pushing too hard on things is a quick way to get yourself into a little bit of trouble to the point where you might be seen as a shady businessman and stuff like that. And I already, you know, you don't want to bring that kind of attention to yourself when you're at a convention. You know, you want to kind of keep it short and sweet. You don't want to like, you know, harass people into thinking that they need to buy your book, you know, and it can get frustrating because, you know, especially when you're getting rejected consistently, and I have to deal with that too. Or if people are just not stopping at my booth or whatever the case is, you know, I've dealt with all kinds of scenarios, and you just do the best you can, you know, just how it goes. Come on out, Terry. That'll be awesome. Yeah, you know, I appreciate that. You are too kind. I love having help. It's just one of those things where it's one of those things where when you have someone helping, there needs to be some sort of compensation for it, and you know, it's one of those things where I don't want to insult people, mainly because I really just can't afford to pay all that much for help. So when people do help, I don't like to take advantage of people's you know, goodwill, so to speak, and say, hey, you know, this person's my slave. They're doing all this stuff for me at a show, and now I can walk around and do other things. You know, to me, it's that's just not the way I like to do things. So I try and kind of haul it myself. And plus, it's an interesting challenge, and I enjoy it. I mean, I like running shows myself. I like having help too. Having help makes things a lot easier, of course. And I certainly will never say no to help. So yeah, Terry, if you come out there and you want to come and hang out with me, that'd be great. That's awesome. Has anybody seen the new Moon Knight episode yet? All right. 10 copies of Avenger left. Almost ready with this. This has been going pretty quick. We're at breakneck speed here. Liver King out. That's what he says too when he ends this. He'll bite into a testicle and be like, wait for it. Liver King out. And he looks off to the side of the camera because he's probably looking to puke out the testicle he just bit into. I just peeled back the membrane and chewed on this testicle. So, of course, I'm shy one copy of the Fallen Avenger graphic novel, so I got to go crack open another box. Give me just a second. I will be right there. I'm seeing you guys, I'm hearing you guys, and I'm responding to you guys. Most of you guys. Not responding to the jerks who I don't know where I was going with that just now. I don't know where I'm going with anything anymore. Because I'm crazy. I've been drinking too much Quasar. All right. So we got 600 single issues and we got 80 graphic novels right here, all ready to go for Planet Comic-Con. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see it. And I'll give you guys hopefully a chance to see some of this in a minute here. I will run you guys through the gamut. You guys can kind of see all the books we have here. I'll use my phone to do it. So now we got Fallen Avenger books here. And like I said, I typically tend to go a little bit lighter on Fallen Avenger. I go at about 200 copies for that, and I just keep them as sets. And I mean, again, it's not like I'm going to sell out of this in one day. I mean, this is a big load of books here. This is probably by the time we're done here, that's 600 plus 80, that's 680 plus 200, that's what is that? You guys are like, I know the math, Onrie. It's this number. So it's that plus 40 plus 50. So it's 970 bucks. And that's quite a load there. And I want to sell out of everything that I bring with me. 8, 9, 10. So it's just a little under $1,000. It's pretty much the same haul I brought with me to Indiana Comic-Con. But again, this is not all I'm going to have for sale at the show either. I'm going to have collectibles available for sale as well, and I want to be able to balance that out. So all in all, I expect to move well over 1,000 books this weekend. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. I wish I could have a bigger display. I mean, I wish I could have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. I wish I could have more collectibles for sale. It's just a lot easier when I have them because they do tend to they sell themselves. It's a lot different than handing people bookmarks and pitching them your book consistently. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we got 50 copies here of Fallen Avenger 1. Now let's move on to Fallen Avenger 2. It's right underneath the tripod here. Let's dig under here. He's doing the dig. Oh, sorry. Knocked over that camera. All right. Check the comments here. Oh, that's awesome. Quasar should be an energy drink. What's up, Phil? Chrissy, drop your link for your Kickstarter in the comments. 6, 8, 9, 10. And honestly, I want to give a shout out to my man Tom Hutchinson, because the whole idea of the AMA kind of came as inspiration from him, and he usually does a much better job of promoting these in advance. And I think I'll probably start doing it too. Let me know what you guys think of this. Are you guys digging this AMA? Is this worth it, or is this something that you guys think is dumb? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And also, if you're not going to be at Planet Comic-Con this weekend, no worries. I'm going to be doing a 5-hour live stream broadcast for Free Comic Book Day from North Shore Comics. That is my LCS. And yellow. Oh, you're here? Okay, cool. Give me a minute. Okay, you got to go on the other side. Go on the other side of the. Oh no, go. No. You want to go on the other side of the building because that's where I'm at. Yeah, yeah. So go park on the other side and come to the entrance over there. There's a front entrance. This is my dad's side, so the other side is where the warehouse is. Yeah, just go on the opposite side of the building. Wherever you are now, just park on the exact opposite side and enter through that front door. There's a glass door there. Yeah, we're in bulletproof glass door. Yes, yes. Yes, that's where you want to park. And then you'll see my car over there. You can just park. Well, my car is the big shady van, man. It's my no, it's the Honda. It's a Honda. Yeah. No, you're fine. You're okay. Just park wherever and come on and I'll I think the door's unlocked. Um no worries. I'm just I'm doing the live. No. Oh really? There was a guy who looked just like me, but did he have laughter in his eyes like I do? I bet the answer was no. Yeah. That's where you want to park. And just go through that front door. Yep. You can just go inside. Yep. Yeah. Or yes. Yeah. That's me. No, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah, you can just come in and I'll try and meet you in a minute. All right. See ya. All right, bye. So who's that on the phone? Dak's wife is actually here. She made the drive all the way from Atlanta. She's not going to be with me at the convention this weekend, but she is actually here on other business. She's selling off a collection, and she's going to be using the warehouse as the place where she's going to do the transaction, where the dirty deed shall be done. So maybe we can get her to come in and say hi in a moment. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is, let's see here, 30 copies of Fallen Avenger 3. And let's see how many stacks we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is 30. Oh, just don't need it. Yellow. 7, 8. Oh, I'll unlock it. Hang on. I thought it was unlocked. All right, give me a moment. All right, bye. All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, give me 1 sec, guys. I'll be right back. You can comment and make fun of me and do all that stuff. I'll be right there. All right, I'm gonna have to leave again in just a second here. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Just give me a sec. 2, 6. Yeah, you're on the side door. Go to the front door. It's at the front of the building. Yeah, that's it. No, that's it. Go to the front door, the glass door, the front entrance of the building, the one that's on the main road. Bye. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Let's finish up with Fallen Avenger 3. And then I will be right back. I'm just going to go greet my friend here. And then I will be back with you guys. And we're going to wrap this up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 50 copies of Fallen Avengers 1, 2, and 3. So what's left is Fallen Avenger 4. Yeah, it's pretty wild here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Why am I doing this, man? This is crazy. All right. Just a second. Let me greet my friends. I'll be right back. When you're done, I'll be walking through here, make a left, and then I'm at the room that's working. I'm just going to yeah, and then we need Wi-Fi. So I'll use the laptop. Bring your laptop. You know what? I'll use the laptop. Oh, okay. So you're ready. Okay. And if you want to grab a water, yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'll be right with you guys. It's pretty crazy day today. All kinds of stuff is going on here. It's the best part about working in comics. You never know what's going to happen next. 2, 4, 5. So, Fallen Avenger 4. This is my favorite issue of the series. I'm going to confess to you guys that Fallen Avenger 4 is the issue that I always wanted to write, but I couldn't start there. I had to start at the very beginning. And leading up to it was really fantastic, and I'm really happy with the way it ended up turning out. Connie, what's up? I'm looking forward to seeing you. And Terry loves crazy. That's good. Crazy is good, man. I love to put crazy, man. All right. So we got 2, 5. So that is 25 here. It should be 25. 25 copies of Fallen Avenger. Number 4. Now we got the last 25. 3, 4. So that is 10. 2, 4, 5. That is 15. 2, 4, 5. That is 20. Never occurred to me that people would actually sit around for this. I'm going to check the comments in just a second here. And it looks like you guys are hanging out, which is cool. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 50 copies of Fallen Avenger 4 ready to go. Thank you, Christy, for dropping the link to your Kickstarter. That's excellent. Thank you for doing that. I'm all for promoting other creators. So if you are a creator and you want to just drop a link to your Kickstarter, go for it. I am all for supporting my contemporaries and up-and-comers. This is what I do. So this is it. Hunter and Destroyer 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We'll do 50 of these too. And this typically sells out pretty fast too, because it's always like the latest issue. So I'm always going to expect that the people who were at Planet Comic-Con last time and didn't have access to this issue because it wasn't available yet are now going to be able to pick it up. So this is going to be a pretty exciting weekend for Kansas City folks. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. That is 30. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. That's 40. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Stack 40 books here. And now we're doing the last 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. And what's cool is like you guys are just hanging out, which I really love. I appreciate that, Mike. That's cool. Awesome. All right, so we got 50 copies. So that is 600 plus 250. That's 850. 850 plus 80 is 850 plus 80 is 930 copies of Yushin Shin. This is going to be my goal to sell that out. And I'm going to show you guys what the full stack looks like in a minute. We'll get my phone here. So now I got marks left, right? So I got to dig out 40 copies of marks. So I'm going to go over these again, make sure nothing got damaged while the books were in transit from Indiana back home to Chicago. Most of the time that's not going to happen because it's being handled by me. And I tend to handle my stuff pretty well. I got a real handle on things. I got a real handle on my bull testicles. Bull testicles. It is the best thing. The Liver King, he eats all this bullshit. All right. So we got more copies of marks here. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We got 20 copies of marks. 20 copies of marks here. And 3, 4... That is 25. That's exactly how many copies of the book I sold over in Indiana. So I was left with an extra 15 books that I brought back with me. And Mark's is going to need to go back to Preston too. So I don't know, maybe I'll see if I can kind of bundle it up with the publisher that I'm talking to right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The publisher of which you guys all know who they are. I just, haven't said it. And don't try and guess because I won't answer even if you guess right. It's mainly because it's just so preliminary and you never know what can happen. And I've been in this situation many times where people show interest and then things kind of, simmer in and then things change and they don't go anywhere. So I don't like jinxing myself. Wow. Am I really that close to being out of marks? I hope not. Oh, thank God. All right. Still got some marks left. Thought I was going to have to go back to press on marks, and that was been scary. It's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem nevertheless because you got to, package up everything, and you got to have everything ready to go. All right, I need one more copy of marks, and then I'm going to bring my phone in here. And jump into this, and I'm going to show you guys what is up here. I'm going to have to make sure that I am muted for this so you guys can see how many books we got here. Got to get my login code. I'll let you log into my code. Okay, new login code. Five, 6, 9, 3, 4. There we go. All right, I'm going to enter the studio. Oh. Okay, now you guys can see it. Whoa. I hope there's not an echo now. It might be. All right, so I'm going to show the solo layout here. And it's all upside down. Why is it upside down? There we go. Now it's fine. Is it? No? Okay. It's not fine. And it's showing like this. All right. So this is what we got here. We got 600 copies of Yushin Shin right here. The first 4 issues. We have 80 graphic novels here. And we got all of Fallen Avenger and marks. I'm going to sell all of these books over the course of 3 days. I hope I can do it. I will need your support. I will be at booth 2025 singing these books by myself. By myself. The Lord is telling me that I gotta sell these books by myself. All right, and I'm gonna boot myself from the room. Okay. And there we go. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna end this broadcast right here because I gotta get ready for the rest of the show. But I wanted to give you guys a chance to kind of see how things go when I am getting ready for shows. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. This was a lot of fun, and we will do it again with the next convention. Maybe we'll just keep doing it. Maybe we'll make it a habit. And I will be on the road tomorrow, and you guys can catch me on the Experience at 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. Eastern. I got a brand new collection of stuff that I'm going to be busting out for that. I'm also going to be bringing out some collectible comics on top of all my Eastern Shin stuff that I will have for sale. So come on by booth 2025 in Kansas City, Planet Comic Con. Come on by, get your signed books. I got you covered. I will see you guys later. I love you all. If you come out there, come on by. Terry, I hope you can pull something crazy off. That would be awesome. I look forward to seeing you and meeting you in person. Oh, look at that. Christy also includes a personalized offensive thank you note if you back her Kickstarter, so be sure to do that. I will also personally offend you if you'd like, and I'll do that without you even having to back my Kickstarter. All right, take care, guys. Love you all. I would love it. Come on by, guys. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in for this. We'll do another AMA soon. Appreciate you all. I got to get these books in a box and out the door and ready for get ready for the con. See you guys later.